I ain't gonna lie. I've been holding a lot of shit in lately. Oh, man, I just had like a 3.5 hour cry.
Now, Fifth, when you continuously call Puff gay, does that affect your relationships in Hollywood?
I don't call him gay. I said,
Let me read it, Fifth.
Oh my God.
Sorry I can no longer help you guys. Soon you will all be gay and happy. You are all now left under leadership of Puffy Daddy. Report to the nearest rainbow. Dinner Thieves in theaters January 19th.
That's why he says things. He doesn't even know what he's saying is like fruity. You know what I'm saying? Like, he says something fabulous and he goes, but me and you, we ain't party. Like, we need to party. What is he talking about?
Instant has gone off.
When people say that to me, I get a little uncomfortable. I get uncomfortable. Like he said something to me one time, a long time ago. At Chris Lighty's wedding, he told me he'd take me shopping. I looked at him like, what'd you just say? Let me move, man, before I do something. You're gonna make me mess up the wedding.
Oh, that's a nice gesture.
Let me get out of no, dude, take me. That's what a guy says to a girl.
One, the hip-hop world is reeling after shocking footage allegedly surfaced involving Diddy and Burna Boy, igniting a storm of rumors, silence, and speculation. What began as a powerful partnership between the African giant and one of rap's richest moguls has now spiraled into whispers of control, contracts, and betrayal. Now, 50 Cent is breaking his silence, analyzing what really went down behind the scenes and why the entire industry suddenly feels like it's walking on eggshells. In his signature no-nonsense style, 50 isn't just talking about a scandal. He's exposing the dangerous game of power that hides behind fame. The more we uncover, the clearer it becomes. In the entertainment industry, everything has a price. The question is, how much of your soul are you willing to trade?
According to the filing, she says she was in the 11th grade when she was out with friends at a Detroit lounge in Michigan in 2003 and then approached by Harvey Pierre, then president of Combs' music label Bad Boy Entertainment. Combs' career was taking off, and she says Pierre bragged that Combs was his best friend and called him. The two men allegedly convinced her to take a private jet to New York.
GD! They own Rick Ross there too. You Rose, you folded over. You still paying the gangster disciples. I know it's one of them.
You might be right about that. Good point, man. But what was that comment you made about how the baby oil at Diddy house might be laced? What makes you say that?
Well, what I said is that isn't it weird that the government was so interested in Diddy's baby oil that they took 1,000 bottles away from his house? If the government took 1,000 bottles of baby oil and somebody had things what appeared to be baby oil, and then you have to listen to the prosecutor. He said that they seized 1,000 bottles what allegedly to be baby oil. Allegedly to be baby oil. So that's telling people that it wasn't baby oil. And people think that that was baby oil, they out their mind. I don't believe it was baby oil. Yo, bro, when they went up in there, they knew what they was gonna find. They knew what was ever in that baby oil or that those bottles that appeared to be baby oil, they knew about that at first. You gotta realize 9 times out of 10, that individual that got caught at the airport, that was supposed to be their carrier, told them what they was doing and what they had. I wouldn't put him past that he told them everything. So when they went up in there, they knew they had to take whatever was out there, and that thing that appeared to be baby oil.
To before the controversy, Burna Boy was unstoppable. From Port Harcourt to the Grammys, his rise felt like destiny, an artist who brought African rhythm to the global stage. His partnership with Diddy on Twice as Tall was supposed to be the crowning moment of cross-continental success. Diddy offered global reach, Burna brought authenticity and sound. Together, they crafted hits that transcended borders. But behind the success, there were whispers of discontent. Burna's interviews hinted at exhaustion and frustration. The same deal that boosted his career might have also clipped his wings. Fame, as he learned, can be a gilded cage, beautiful on the outside, suffocating within. As Burna Boy's journey unfolds, We're reminded that the price of success isn't always fame, it's the cost of being truly free.
Let's see how much, let's see how many of those come back to be baby oil. Bro, listen to me. Costco don't sell that much baby oil. Where you know sell that much baby oil?
Yeah, I don't know any store that sell that much baby oil. I know Costco, they came out and said that they don't even sell baby oil.
My sentiments exactly.
But you personally, right, what do you believe was in the baby oil?
If you ever seen a massage parlor being raided and they walking out the people, do they take the massage oil with them when they go? No, they just walk out the people who are being arrested. If you ever seen a person getting arrested and the people being arrested in those brothel houses, do they take out the stuff in the brothel houses? No, they don't. They take the individuals who are being arrested out the brothel houses. For them to take 1,000 bottles of baby oil, it's like that they did not leave one. They left people there, but they ain't leave not one bottle. Nobody needed no baby oil. So my whole thing about it is that there was something in that other than baby oil. That's why they took all the bottles. And 9 times out of 10, if I would give it a wild guess, it was, and like some of the people told me, it was probably that GHB.
What's that?
I think it's gamma hydrox. I looked it up, bro. Let me see. See if I can find it. I know this is just showing everything like that, but oh no. Let me. Yo, somebody tap dance or sing or do something, you know what I'm saying, while I'm doing this. Oh, here it go right here. It's gamma hydroxy butyric. What is its effect on the body? It's a euphoria, drowsiness, decreased anxiety, and memory impairment. It works on the nervous system and gives you this feeling of euphoria. So they take that and rubbed it on her, and you forget who you are, what you're doing. It can also give you memory loss, drowsiness, and that's under the DEA, the Drug Enforcement Administration.gov.
When the alleged footage surfaced, the narrative shifted from music to manipulation. Burna's cryptic posts about freedom and fake kings now seemed less poetic and more prophetic. Fans began dissecting every lyric, every tweet, searching for signs of a deeper struggle. Meanwhile, 50 Cent, never one to stay silent when the industry gets messy, dropped his commentary like a bombshell. In his signature tone, he said, "These dudes play God with people's careers." His words echoed through hip-hop spaces, reigniting long-standing debates about exploitation, mentorship, and control. It leaves one to wonder, in a world run by contracts and cosigns, does true artistic freedom even exist? Behind every hit record, there's an invisible contract. But do these deals protect or enslave?
Get your opinion. You know, you was around Puffy, you was on Bad Boy. You know, looking at this lawsuit, Cassie, she claims that her and Diddy had freak-off sessions where they would get a male
You talking about the freak-off session where they used to do in the studio and all of that over different entertainers' houses and stuff? Where they be having them parties where they won't invite you to? And they be like, "We having a party tonight, but this ain't your kind of party." You be like, "Yeah, I ain't going. I don't want to go." Freak-off parties where you go in there and it be, yo, let me tell you something. We used to go in the club. We go into the nightclub, right? And we go and get to the VIP. All of these girls come around the VIP and they just be standing there. And like, let me tell you something, man. I'm gonna get back with you. We gotta rewind this back. We used to go to when we go to the club, we used to have these bottles, right? And on this bottle, they be regular Moet bottles. On them bottles right there, they been to have something to make the girls be real slippery and all of this kind of stuff. So when you get up, they be like, don't touch them bottles right there and only drink them bottles right there. So we already knew what the drill was. You just don't mess with them bottles.
For contracts are the invisible strings of the music world, and Diddy has always known how to pull them. Sources claim Burna's deal gave Diddy partial control over royalties, distribution, and even touring rights. It's the kind of paperwork that turns artistry into arithmetic. Legal experts suggest such agreements, though common, often blur the line between partnership and possession. And when art becomes business, the artist often becomes the product. Burna's growing frustration may not just be emotional, it could be contractual. In the music industry, the line between partnership and ownership can be dangerously thin. Is it still art if someone else controls its value?
I think that any man that force any woman to do anything, it should be like the Arab country. They just start cutting shit off, to be totally honest, of that man. Any man that forces any woman to do anything, they should treat them like they treat them in the Arab countries and just start cutting shit off. From their fingers, to their hands, to their feet, to their genitals, to their head. You know what I'm saying? So now, another thing of it is that how low do you have to be when you're gonna put somebody on a jet and fly them all the way to New York, to the studio? To me, bro, to be totally honest, it sounds kind of fishy to me. I can't, and then it came from Hard Pierre. The Hard Pierre I knew back in them days was a cornball that did everything Puff said. You know what I mean? Like he was one of Diddy's highest dick riders. That's some real thirsty, desperate shit for them to fly a 17-year-old girl, you know, on a G5. They was flying G5 and G4 jets back then. All the way to New York to gang rep her in the studio. Man, I wish I could give them their punishment, if that's true.
Yeah, that's what she said, man. She said that Diddy, he flew her to New York, took her to the studio, gave her jokes and game. And there's pictures online too. So she was at his studio, Daddy house. So, I mean, she ain't lying about that. She was there, man.
Well, if anything, at that time, if anything came from Detroit, it was one of Puff A&R. They called him Slam. He was from Detroit. He used to set up everything, you know, for Diddy. The time I told y'all about Diddy getting the fellatio when Jennifer Lopez was upstairs, Slam set that up. You know what I mean? So if it came from Detroit, it probably came from Slam. Because he was another one of the dudes that was a flunky around there. You know, but it's crazy, man. I really don't, I got daughters, man. I have words, I don't have words for that, bro. And I don't know any of the guys who were officers that worked for Bad Boy like myself would allow that shit to happen. They wouldn't allow that shit to go down. Pup and them, they know what to do when certain people are around. You understand? When they got those dudes who was, you know, from the hood and they was doing bodyguard work and they was doing stuff like that, they may, but I don't know any of the officers that I knew that was working for Puff would allow any of that shit to go down.
Controversy grew. Fans split into factions. Some accused Diddy of exploiting yet another rising star. Others claimed Burna was biting the hand that fed him. 50 Cent fanned the flames, saying, "That's why I own my masters, nobody's ever gonna play me." His statement wasn't just shade, it was a warning. This fallout reveals how easily mentorship can morph into manipulation, and how fast respect can turn into rebellion. Every alliance in hip-hop is a power play, and when egos collide, even million-dollar partnerships can shatter overnight. When egos clash and money is on the line, what was once a mentorship becomes a battleground. How long can an artist stay true to their roots?
Bro, to do that to that little girl, but she's got to prove it. And she has to prove it by saying this. She has to tell, she cannot come out and say that this happened to her 20 years ago and she never told nobody else. Or she never tried to do something, you know, about it. She had to tell somebody 20 years ago, yo, when I was there, they did this to me. She had to write it in a diary or something like that, you know, and she has to prove to the courts that this actually happened to her.
Right. Are you familiar with Daddy House?
Am I familiar with it? Am I familiar with it? Yeah. 44th between Broad, was it 8th? 7th and 8th? Yeah, between, I think 8th. 8th is going, that way it's going down. Between 7th and 8th. Yeah, I'm familiar with Daddy House. Yep.
Was he known for having relations with females at his studio? Did you know about it?
It never happened on my, I never seen him work. I never seen him mess with anybody on my watch at Daddy House. It was always business. When I went to Daddy House with Puff, it was always business. You know what I'm saying? We'll be coming from a club or something like that. He wanted to check on the artist. He wanted to check on the song or stuff like that. Or he'll have Ms. Lopez come over. Or he'll be checking on some music or whatever like that in the studio. It was always business when I was over there with him. No, now sometimes you get the groupies and the girls come up in there and stuff like that. But Puff never did none of that shit around.
6. The leaked material raises more than contractual questions, it forces a reckoning. What responsibility do moguls like Diddy carry when mentoring younger artists? At what point does guidance become control? Burna Boy's journey reflects the painful paradox of fame. The more you rise, the less you own of yourself. 50 Cent's breakdown of the situation stripped away the glamour. He framed it as a cautionary tale, a reminder that fame without autonomy is a form of servitude. The tension between power and creativity remains as old as music itself. But rarely does it spill this loudly into the public eye. In the world of music, freedom and control are often at odds. Does success still hold its value when you're creative?
Unknown number. I don't answer unknown numbers. But, you know, my wife's looking at me like, yeah.
Who is that?
Yeah, pick that up.
I want to know about this.
So I put it on speaker.
Yeah.
Well, picked it up. I say, who is this? Sean. I'm like, Sean? It's Puff. Like,
Oh, what's good? Talking low like that?
Talking low. So I was like, hey, what's good? I said, what's cracking? He said, we didn't see you tonight at the BET Awards. We didn't see you tonight. He said,
You checking in?
He said, what you doing? Oh man, I'm at the crib. He said, oh yeah, we over here at the he said, I'm over here at the Beverly Hills Hotel. I said, oh, for real? So who over there? Just me. When I did Stomp the Yard, it was #1 2 weekends in a row. And the second weekend, you know, I was like experiencing, you know, phone calls, I'm getting movie offers,
right?
All these things that's kind of happening. And one day I got a phone call, unknown number. I answered it, and it was Diddy, and I was like, flamboyed out, like, what? He's like, man, dude, you big thing, man, you killed that movie. Boom. Hey, I heard you coming to New York next week to do 106 Park. Hey, pull up at the Sandra store, you can get whatever you want. Like, boom, you know, go out there, go up there, look fresh, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, Diddy's looking out for me, man. I never met him when I got to New York. I just went to the Chandra store, and they was like, opened up the gates for me. You know, I geared up, blah, blah, blah. Never met him when I was there for those couple days. Then, that was January. February, Stomp came out January 17, 2007. February was All-Star in Vegas that year, 2007. Never forget it. So went to the All-Star game, crazy. And then my boys, my partners, they roll with Diddy tough. They was like, you know, the band for Bad Boys for a long time. They're like, hey man, Diddy said you could come to the Palms. He's having an after party. He said, I'm over here at the Beverly Hills Hotel. I said, oh, for real? So who over there? Just me.
Oh man, that man ain't it.
Said just me. So my wife, yeah, I'm over here on the suspect list.
What the hell?
I'm like, nah, man, I'm in bed, man. I'm good. He's like, all right, and just hung up.
But did he ever give you something? Did you ever give him any reason?
No, nothing whatsoever. So I'm like, man. But now I got smoke in my house. So my wife looking at me like, what's up? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I don't know, this man just called me. Like, I don't know.
Beyond the rumors, the Burna Diddy saga exposes the music industry's unspoken truth. Control is the currency of survival. Burna Boy's defiance might mark a shift in a new generation of artists, demanding ownership over their sound, image, and story. 50 Cent's final words cut deep. The game doesn't change. Only the players do. It's a statement loaded with wisdom and warning. As legal teams circle and narratives twist, the leaked tape might be more than scandal. It's a symptom of an industry addicted to control. The real question isn't who leaked the footage. It's who benefits from keeping artists silent when they finally speak. The fight for ownership in music is bigger than one artist or mogul. It's a battle for the future of creativity itself. Are we witnessing the end of corporate control over music?
So, anyway, so, you know, people, when I posted that on IG, people was like, you know, the comments was like, but did you go? You know, they was like,
You did leave me like in
and
the
I'm
boat.
like, oh, I gotta respond to this. But I was like, the only way people really listen is if you said, you know, they listen to Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle say some shit they know is fact. I was like, you know, I didn't go. It's ridiculous what I look like going to a grown man's hotel room in the middle of the night. It's ridiculous. Anything's possible with this man. Like Kevin Garnett winning the NBA championships, anything is possible. Or playing those games with P. Diddy that night. Oh, it could have changed everything. Oh, man,
So you were not surprised when all of this came out in the open at all?
No, I wasn't, because I have, you know, as I got further deeper into the game, you know, people talk. So I would hear stories, but I never saw.
He was gonna have you struggling and scrapping, right? He's gonna have you struggling and scrapping. Wait. Did we find it? Yeah, here it is.
Yeah, you doing it, man. You deserve it, Daddy. You putting in that work. Proud of you. I love you.
Yeah. I like the way you do that, Daddy. You putting in that work. Yeah. Did he just get through right up and Meek? Why was Meek all tooted in the pool like that? Let me ask you, lady. Well, you know, we got gentlemen too. Oh, those of y'all that get in y'all. Oh, do y'all sit in cold water to cool it off? Do y'all be on fire after y'all get? Let's play it again.
Man, you doing it, man.
Look at him. Look at him. He look drunkish. He look like leave me alone. He look like damn daddy, you ain't even use no lube this time. I tried to go back to the coconut oil. You told me sit my black ass and taste this shit. You turned up the music so nobody can hear me scream. You said I'm gonna hop in this ice cold pool to cool this. Y'all think we Diddy got through running up into that and sharding all the way over to the pool? I would have thought that chlorine would have burnt that. I would have thought that would have been raw. I would have thought that would have been raw, and so what? Because Diddy don't look like he do nothing slow and simple. He look like he just ran.